We are live.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good
Hi, good
morning.
evening.
Good morning.
Good morning from Vancouver, Canada.
It's so funny that you guys are like about starting your days and I'm getting ready to go to bed.
That's the beauty of this business. It's so global. There's people like Maria Santos stays 1 o'clock just to do podcast with us. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. Oh no, it's Wednesday. Holy moly! I slept and already woke up for Wednesday. But anyway, so we are here. Let us network today. Digital online business opportunity. Today, this might be for you if you are looking for a side hustle or looking into full time entrepreneurship. You could be in the business already, or you are about to venture into this online business. So, all of us, including myself, I think 90% of the world was taught by our parents or our ancestors to go to school, excel in school, and then get a job. And then we pass it on to the kids. The same thing. And to those who are venturing into entrepreneurship, they know that entrepreneurship can make them rich. So we can be comfortable with our job, and truly we can acquire a lot of stuff doing our job, but we limit ourselves to the possibility of being the 10% who makes massive income. So today, as a registered nurse, for 36 years, I always wonder what it's like in the other side of the fence if I am an entrepreneur. So I gave myself, in the midst of COVID, the opportunity to be an entrepreneur. And truly, I encourage now my children to venture into entrepreneurship plus their job that is also whatever investment they can start with, but to look into what talent they could do more. So I encourage you to look at yourself that you are meant to be for greater things. So that's what this business has given me. At least I am meant to be something bigger than just my regular job. So my name is Pinky Carpizo. I am a registered nurse turning, I was like say yesterday, 59 years. I'm not that old. 37 years of nursing this year. March I graduated 1988, came to the United States 1989 after my father died. So that pain point lead me to a better life in the United States. So, mother of four adult children, a grandmother, and a wife to Ray, and a daughter to my mom. So, thank you for being here. And most important is we have Coach Agnes and Tess, who is enjoying full entrepreneurship, and Lydia is on her way to give this gift to her children, the power of being an entrepreneur. So, thank you for being here, Ate Tess. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Pinky. And let's talk about old. Old is gold. So it's good to be old. And I am what do I say? I am a retired licensed practical nurse, and enjoying my journey here. It was something I was scared and I was very skeptical, but this business has given me a life that I am living today. So hang on there, and we'll give you surprises again today.
Yeah, thank you, Tess. It's my name is Agnes. I'm in Vancouver, Canada. I started this business about 6 years ago now, and before that, I was in the corporate world for over 21 years. Actually, over 21 years in the same company. I just worked my way up. So that's very not very many people can say that they worked at a company for over 21 years. And as you know, in the 21 years, I've seen a lot of changes in the company and um, a lot of stress as I climbed up the corporate ladder, and definitely a lot of learning. And you know what? People just don't do that anymore, right? They don't like to stay at a company for too long. because they're looking for something better, right? A lot of the times, your raise just doesn't get, increase annually anymore. You get capped off. Um, there's just so many things working for somebody else that just doesn't work. That's why people keep looking for new jobs, right? A higher salary, better environment, whatever it is, right? Um, like Pinky said, we were all raised to, go to school, get good grades, get a good stable job, and work until we're 65. But that just doesn't work in today's world anymore, right? If you think about it, life is all about evolution, right? Back in our grandparents' time, they probably didn't do maybe back in the great grandparents' time, they didn't actually work a 9 to 5 job, probably, right? And all of a sudden, somebody introduces 9 to 5. So now we're all trained to work this 9 to 5. But you know what? We're in a life where 9 to 5 doesn't really, make sense anymore. So we are actually in the transition of moving on to a different, work lifestyle. As you can see, a lot of people are starting to work online. A lot of people are starting to work from home. A lot of people have jobs that we don't really even understand, like influencers or YouTubers, right? It's like they're young, they're making money. It's not a 9 to 5 job. So why are we still all stuck in a 9 to 5 job, right? So a question to ask yourself, is the 9 to 5 really working for you anymore, right? So yeah, I'll introduce Lydia and she can talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's this is very true because I know that both of my parents, they were entrepreneur. They didn't work for somebody, and I know that my dad always encouraged us when we were younger. It was like, it's very good for you to have education. It's very good for you to, just to have those certificates. But the most important thing is for you to have a skill. It was like the most important thing you can give to yourself is to be able to own something. So, and I took that for granted. And then all like you said, I thought just like going to school, having a degree was going to be like the best thing. But for example, like for me here in Sweden, uh, I just noticed that the more education you acquire for yourself, the more, even when you go climb up the ladder, it takes a lot from you. Because I remember when I was just working as a home care, as a nursing assistant, and I just do home care. I just go to the people, I take care of them, and when my time was done, I clock out and I go home. But now I'm working as a dementia specialist where I have to educate other people. Like I take the work home because I come back home and I'm still thinking about, oh, I need to educate them on this. I need to do this PowerPoint. I need to do that. And I'm like, no, actually, just being an healthcare assistant was easier than what I'm having now. Yeah, because the money doesn't even make that much of a difference. It's just having to do more of administrative work. So now I really feel the need for me to to give my kids a stepping stone. I don't want my kids waking up, having to leave the alarm clock live, waking up, running to go give their time to someone. I know my parents maybe were not that successful entrepreneur, like they could leave companies to me or anything, but I can remember them really having the time for us. We were always together with them, doing things, playing outside. I can remember vividly all the time I used to spend with my kids, but with my dad and my mom. But now I just feel that the life is so much, the stress is so much, everything is in a hurry and hurry, and we are really missing out from our kids. Sometimes it's shocking when you just like talking to your 6 years old and they say some things and they're doing something and you're like, what? Where did you learn that from? How did that come about? Because you were not there. So, so now you were not there. You were not there to control what they are watching on TV, on their iPad and all those things, because we just throw the iPad to them because you are busy trying to do the daily routine. And the next thing, you're just like me. Right now, I'm sitting in the car waiting for my son to do his football practice, and then you have to go home, and then you have like 2 hours in the day to do every of those stuff, and then you get back tomorrow again and start the same routine. So that is for me. I don't want my kids to go through that, and that's why I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful that I found this business, because I know there's a legacy here for me to leave to my kids, and I know I'm working towards giving them a stepping stone in life, what I didn't have. So my name is Lydia Obot, and I live in Stockholm, Sweden, originally from Nigeria. I'm a mom of two beautiful kids. And I know that any one of you that is listening, that you're going to resonate with what we have to say. So thank you for listening.
Thank you. Right there is already a very profound, testimony that we are capable to change. We are capable of greater things other than the box of being a employee. Gives me this sense of like half and half. I'm so happy that I am an entrepreneur, and at the same time, since I went down from full time to per diem, at times I get scared. Like, will I be making money? But again, the key factor I always tell myself as I educate myself, not only with the training that we have, the 24/7, because they give us this thing like, how are you going to push forward? Are you resetting your business? How are you going to reset? It's actually, there is an awakening weekly self-assessment journal that I just went through when you have to, restart the business. Plus, this coming March, I'm going to go for a class to unleash the power within me. So I am in that position where I can do that. But I truly encourage you, the key thing is the mindset shift. Because what would you do to be better? What would you do to unleash that potential that you have to be able to, not just for me, but for the generation to come? So I overcome fear, and I devoid myself of the negativism of like my husband. And now I got him back into the business because he saw it when the money came in. So Coach Agnes has been in the business, has so much income coming in from the business. Sorry, talking about income, but it gave her results. So I'm just 3 years into the business and I already saw results. So the imposter syndrome, whether I could do it, the developing the skills and the discipline to be able to do this every day and not slack back, and the resilience to bounce back if I made mistakes. So all of that, I think, comes from the mindset that you are capable to be great in this online business. Specifically, I feel this online business I found, and I am here to stay and take ownership of what I can get success from this business. But I'm still doing per diem nursing. I might do 2 times a week because the fear is still there. But I know in the future, I have seen, like Coach Agnes, a 21 year in the corporate world, ladder of making that income. I know that for sure because my kids are in the corporate and they make money in sales, massive money in sales. But to embrace that entrepreneurship and fully just lean back and said, this income has replaced my income as a corporate employee. So that is it. The mindset, I feel, for me at this time is the most important thing that I am protecting so I could push forward and embrace a full entrepreneurship. So that is my say on this. And I know the shift is great, and I thank God for the shift. Blessed to be here. Anyways, Atite, share with us that from your side hustle to full entrepreneurship success.
Yeah, thanks, Pinky. For me, I think that when you are jumping into something new, something that it's going to give you a better future, but you are doubtful to start, and the skepticism and the fear is always there. I think the best weapon for you to get started is your growth mindset. Because if you don't have that, then it's not easy at the very beginning. Any journey that we all start, it's not easy. It takes courage to do things, right? So it's not because somebody made it to the top and you are just following that person, but you didn't know what journey this person had been. So you have to prepare yourself. In getting started, it's not all bed of roses when you start, and you will get there. If you keep holding on, you will get there. I myself, I was very scared. I didn't know what to do, but I am glad for this business community because we have support. We have mentors, we have coaches, and we have a very, very supportive community to assist us. Every time we have problems, and it's all up to us to step forward despite of whatever hardships we have encountered. Remember that we want to win, and the winner doesn't ever want to stop. They go on and on and on until they win the prize, right? So being an entrepreneur, it's not really easy, um, because I know some people have quit because their aim was money, and money does not answer all everything. Although the bottom line why I joined the business is money, because money speaks, right? It adds up to my pension, because if you are thinking about pension, and most especially if you are an immigrant, I tell you now, your pension is not going to give you a comfortable life. So it is about time to think about, you know, um, starting a side hustle for now, until that side hustle is going to pay you more than your monthly income. I did not start this business when I retired. I started it 3 years before I retired. And as I have said, you need your growth mindset to start a business. If you have that growth mindset, you are very welcome to come and register in one of our, in our websites right here, right now, and we will be all willing to help you get started. But if you don't have that growth mindset, maybe you have to fix yourself first to get ready, and you come here. You are more than welcome to come here. And our community again is very, very supportive. We all want you to thrive and get started. That's all for me. I hope I have encouraged you in a bit. I can be very, very aggressive, but you know all that matters is your growth mindset. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Tess. That was wonderful. For me, it was a little different. I'm actually a bit embarrassed to say, but I found out about this business 2 years before I started. That was because that's how scared I was. How scared I was to actually do something different, something completely different than what I've ever known. Scared of, what people would think, scared of, putting myself out there. I was scared of a lot of things. That's why it took me 2 years to actually decide that, this business is something that I want to try, right? I didn't even know if I was going to succeed. I didn't even know if I was able to do it. Um, like, I wish I had the courage when I first found out about it to actually start. because the 2 years would have made a lot of difference for me. The push that actually got me started was my mom actually got really sick. All of a sudden, it wasn't something that was an ongoing thing. It was just really sudden. She got sick, and we had a really big scare one day. And I realized that, working a 9 to 5 job, doing the same thing day after day is just not something I wanted to do, right? My mom, they're Chinese immigrants, right? So they came to Canada with nothing. They worked really hard at, jobs because they weren't educated as well. So they worked multiple jobs. They basically worked, from whenever I can remember. And all of a sudden, my mom retired at 70. Imagine that, working till you're 70. And I remember telling my mom, like, why don't you retire? Like, it's time to retire, right? And when she finally did, not too long after, she got sick, and she almost actually passed away on us one day. And that was the eye opener for me. And then I realized that a 9 to 5, living this lifestyle that's, the same day after day, and being stressed all the time, not happy, not, loving what I do. It was that one thing that made me decide that I need to do something different. I need to change. And, I thought of looking for a new job, which then I realized that I'm just going to be putting myself in the same situation as I am now. But I just have to work harder because I'm new at a company, and I just have to work my way up again, which isn't something I wanted to do. And then I thought about maybe starting a brick and mortar business. But then again, I thought about it as well. And I was like, I have friends that do have brick and mortar businesses, and they are just there all the time. And that is also something I did not want to do. And to be honest, I never looked at, any of these MLMs or, things like that, because that's just not me. I don't want to be selling product, hosting parties, like all that stuff. That's just not me either. I don't like bugging my friends, bugging my family, asking them to buy stuff for me. That's just not me, right? So when I started looking into this online business, like seriously, it really checked off all the boxes for me, right? I don't need to sell I don't need to sell anything. They teach me how to, use attraction marketing to attract people. And there's no selling involved. I don't need to bug my friends and family. I, I, I work, I can work around my schedule to work on this online business. Because when I first started, I was still working full time, right? So I'm just, trying to sneak in some time in the mornings during my breaks, like at night, just to, work on my business. And it worked, right? It worked. But today we're talking about mindset. So I did not have the mindset when I first started. I I I I basically was my self-development was non-existent. Because for the 21 years, sure, there was there was some development. That's how I was able to climb up the ladder. But self-development was non-existent in my life, because by the last 5 years of my corporate job, I just had no time to do anything else, right? I was so busy. I was so stressed. The last thing I wanted to do was, do anything, really. So self-development was non-existent for me. And it was only until after I decided that I need to change, I'm going to try this out to see if it's going to work for me. And that was a surprise. So when I started, I didn't realize that a lot of our business uh, includes a self-development aspect of it. And that was really what opened my eyes and changed everything for me. That was when I realized that uh, I can do this, right? That was when all those negative things that I was thinking about, that I was scared about, um, all kind of melted away, right? So mindset is a huge aspect of being an entrepreneur, and you will learn this in our community when you join the business. And that was the biggest thing for me to make me succeed in my business, to be able to quit my corporate job within a year. And really, if I can do this, anybody can do this, right? This was completely new to me. It's probably completely new to you. It's completely new to all of us, actually, right? And it all comes down to how you think, right? So yeah, that's my spiel for today. But yeah, self-development was um, the one thing that I can say uh, got me to where I am today, being an entrepreneur. Yeah. So I'll give it to you, Lydia.
Oh, you guys have said all there is to say. What? For me, growing up, I had a plan for my life. I wanted to have a very glamorous life. I was young, and I really wanted to have that. Like I remember, literally, my mom used to pray. So, like, oh God, please, can you give us a husband that has all the money in the world? So, that was my mom's prayer. She used to pray like, give her a husband that has all the money in the world because she's so gullible. She's like this. My shoes had to match my nail polish, my clothes, everything. And that was actually what got me into working as a photo model in Nigeria. I became a model and I was working. I was living that life. Then I moved to Europe, and then things started changing. And then I became a mom and I totally lost myself because one, I ended up in a job. I never, no one on earth would have told me that I'll be working in healthcare. That was not in my dream. It wasn't in my plan of in my future. But when I came, that was like the easiest job that I could get for myself as a foreigner. So I found myself doing the job, and I became a mom, and I totally lost myself. I lost confidence in who I was, the way I dressed, everything. And I even remember my mom when she came to Europe, when I had my child, and we have a tradition that when you have a child, your mom has to come stay with you for like 2 months. When she came, she called me. She was like, "This is not you. What has happened? What is happening?" Because I wasn't finding joy in what I was doing because that was not my passion. That was not my calling. But I found myself in a survival mood. I just needed to survive. I just needed to provide for my family. So that went on for a long time, and then coupled with the fact that then later on we had issues with documents and everything. So it seems that everything was crushing on me. I didn't have any confidence in who I was anymore. I didn't even know myself. Like that is how now you see that I don't even do makeup. I totally didn't care about making up. I wasn't looking at the mirror leaving the house. I just didn't. I wasn't caring about anything. But one thing that kept in my mind was just that my kids, I was just like, I don't want my kids to go through this. I don't want my kids to go through this. And I was like, I need to do something, but I'm scared of leaving my kids to someone. I don't want them spending all their days in daycare. If I take a double job, it means they're going to have to be in daycare for 10 hours, 12 hours. And I didn't want that for my kids. So I really prayed and I asked God, like, please give me something. And when I found this business, we're talking about, I was so scared because I didn't have confidence in myself. I didn't know if I would be able to show myself because I had Facebook and I didn't even for years, and I don't think I had more than 10 pictures on my Facebook. I called a friend of mine in Nigeria. She was like, "No, this is not you. We used to come to you to get clothes, to dress, to go to party. This is not you. What's happening?" She was like, "No, you can do this. You can do this." I remember when I wanted to do my first go live, she was like, "No one is going to see you. Just it doesn't matter. People don't care." But I care because I knew that I didn't have that confidence in me. But so when I started the training in our community, the way they were talking about the mindset, and I started seeing some of the leaders, the way they were acting, talking with boldness and beauty. And then I went back to their page. I was like, were they always these people? Were they always this outspoken and confident? And then the more I went deeper into their page, and I saw that no, this business has made them to become who they are today. So that was when I was like, this is not. And I remember there was a time I even forgot. Sometimes I forget about the fact that this business, I'm supposed to be making money. Sometimes I just forget that I just concentrate on the things that I'm learning, the things that is exciting. And I keep talking to, oh, do you know what? This is the AI, this, that. And I'm like, no, you're actually supposed to also make money, but because it's so the gift that we have. I know I have friends that they help people with their website, and so I know how much money people spend in trying to get themselves update their website or update their social media. People spend a whole lot of money, but our community give us all of this, free. We do all these lessons, every day. We have people that are volunteering, giving, coming in voluntary to give us, help us to build ourselves. So now I know that like I said, I'm 44 years. I know that I'm going to retire by the time I'm 50 years. I know that I'm going to live that life. I know that I'm going to have my luxurious holidays and everything that I want. But I never thought of about that until I found this business. All I was just thinking was, oh God, I hope they don't increase the pension age up to 80 years before I get to my time. That was all I was thinking. I just wanted to do that. But I thank God because this community, not only is it giving me hope for a better life for my kids, it's also giving me that hope that I'm going to be able to retire. And I remember Auntie Sister Taste just talk about the pension. When I saw what I was going to get after my pension, I was like, no, 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 which means for me to have to live a good life, I have to go back to my country and probably live in the very tiny village for me to be able to live where I don't have to spend money on cars or things for the pension money I'm going to get as a foreigner. We're not going to get that. 9 to 5 is not going to give you the life you're going to look for. You want to live when you have your pension. So it's okay to be fearful, but let fear not stop you from moving on, trying something new. We're all scared in the beginning, but today we are living proof that we have something that is tangible, that we have something that can help you. And people are actually living the life they thought they would never be able to live anymore. So we invite you, if you resonate with any one of us, you can log into our website, you watch our free 90 minutes webinar, you get all the information, and then you follow the next step, and you will be surprised what is waiting for you. So that is it for me, and thank you guys. Thank you for letting me share the screen with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, if you are trying to be the best version of yourself and look back years ago, when I would look back when I was 22 years old, I want to be the best version of myself. And through this business, I feel it's a mind, heart, body, and soul transformation. And I get the chance to do the things that I have not done within the last 30 years, 36 years. So, if you are looking for something to be the best version of yourself, a means and a vehicle to not just give you money, but to become the best version of yourself and serve bigger purpose, because bigger purpose really allows you to you're allowed to be the best version of yourself in this online business. So I truly encourage you, looking back when you were younger and you want to be the best version of yourself, this is the place to go. Mine is www.pinkycarpisa.com, or whoever resonate. I'm so passionate because I have seen result and transformation of every business partner. I can feel and I can see. So, Atites, please share with us your website. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Pinky. So it's www.teresitalife.com. Come on in and we'll rock this business together. Thanks.
Yeah, and mine is www.trevorandagnes.com. You know, if you're scared, but if you are ready for that change, if you're ready to, you know, do something, because it takes time to build a business, just make that decision to start. That is your first step, is just to start, and the rest will fall into place. We will train you, we will teach you, we will give you everything you need to know, to become the entrepreneur that, you know, we all are. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people in our community using the same system that are seeing results. So, you know what, as I said, if, you know, we can all do it, so can you. So yeah, again, check out our free webinar info session, any of our websites here. And yeah, when after you finish watching the webinar, if you have any questions, feel free, give us all, you know, send us messages. We'll be happy to, you know, answer them for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you can see, I'm driving. That's how flexible the business is. I shouldn't be. But so if you're really interested in doing something, that you really want to do something different, to live that childhood dream that you had, most importantly, to give your children a better life than what you had, this business community is for you. Like the coach Agnes said, you're not going to be alone. There is nothing for you to be scared of. It's not nothing so difficult for you not to be able to do. So we are all going to be here to help you, to guide you so that you become successful, like every thousands and thousands of people that are being successful in this business. So if you resonate with me or any one of us on this platform, so you just log into our website there. My website is Lydia Obot, and then we'll get you started and we'll be with you all the way. So thank you for watching.
Thank you very much. We made this Let Us Network digital online business opportunity. Please look at it. God bless everybody. Happy Tuesday. Thank you, Coach Agnes. Thank you, Atites. And thank you, Lydia. Good night,
Thank you,
dear.
everybody.
Good
Thank
morning.
you.
Have a
Good
good
night
day.
once again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.